Yeah, so I was just go check in with partner in crime here for the average Joe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's see. So you were rounds this morning, so you didn't get to watch the first session,
Right. I got
but
to
you
go
did get to
back and
watch.
catch up on that. So just make sure you give me a spoiler alert before you say anything. If it's particularly good or
Right.
juicy.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, I'll go ahead and share the talk that stood out to me on the first session,
Okay.
and that was the opening talk, and that was by Gary E. Stevenson.
Okay.
So you're always, with these conferences and stuff, you're always kind of anticipating, what direction are they going to go, what's going to be the kind of the
Right. Right. Oh. Uh huh. Right. Sure. So seems like there's a famous thing about before I say anything, there's so many filters that has to go through. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? Something like that. That sounds like a good reminder to kind of go through that again. Because
right.
in my mind, it doesn't mean you can't contend for the gospel, but you can contend without being contentious. I think is key
A-
there. So
Yep, absolutely, and he does make that point as well. I believe if I remember
yeah,
correctly. I mean, you can stand up for the gospel, you can stand up for your beliefs and testimony
right,
without being contentious, like you say. So,
sure.
good thought.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the goal is, w- you know, bringing them closer to Christ. So if your
Right,
interaction doesn't in some way do that, then it's not a helpful interaction. You can
right, right.
always you can always bear testimony and walk away, or bear testimony and block, but you don't have to keep going back and forth. What's the old saying about wrestling a pig? Yeah, you're only going to get muddy, and the pig actually likes it, or something like that.
Right.
You're kind of wasting your time with some of
Right.
these cases. So,
That's funny. That's funny. Well, what was your top one in the second session? You take care of the
oh
second session.
man, there's several really good ones and several good lines, or quotes. Lines probably a kind of a negative connotation, but great quotes and stuff like that. I could see bumper stickers or T-shirts or something on the wall with art on it. With these some of these quotes and stuff like that. But I gotta give it to Elder Brown. Is it Kevin Brown? I want to say. Uh, oh my dude. It's not only the talk, like if you know, you know. I mean, golly, but it was the delivery was amazing. Like you could feel it in the air. Really, really good. I really enjoyed his talk. And then I was actually texting in Bishop Moore between Elder Gong talking about don't let no one sit alone, and who was it at the end there? Elder Cook was talking.
Okay, yeah, Quentin.
Yeah, he was talking about kind of some of the conversions and stuff like that, but also speaking to making sure every new member or returning member, every visitor feels welcomed. I told Bishop Moore, in my mind immediately, I'm thinking, an ad campaign, social media, flood social media and stuff would basically, because the other thing that was in the back of my mind, I don't even know why, because I don't really connect. But with social media, the toxicity on social media today, especially for young people, um, just combining those three thoughts is just seems like an ad campaign waiting to happen to say, listen, if you're searching for something out there, you're searching for something real, you're searching for truth, if you're searching for family, a feeling of belonging. You're searching for what's missing in your life. You feel like there's something missing in your life. Then come join us. Learn of Christ with us. We're not perfect. You can sit next to another imperfect person. You don't have to be perfect to come to church, but we'd be glad to have you. Something
Right.
like that. Put down the phones, pick up scriptures, and come sit next to us for something real in your life. Turn off the news, and turn on the gospel, or away from politics and into religion. I mean, there's so many different ways, I think, that the same message is trying to get out there. I think there's a lot of people who feel something stirring in them, between the news cycles, the toxicity of politics, toxicity online, and I think there's stirrings going on, and people are starting to look around and look for something. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I thought Elder Cook did a great job closing it out.
yep,
And he started his off kind of the same way
right,
that Stevenson, talking
yeah,
about peacemakers and everything.
yeah.
But
I
yeah.
figured that was
Go
going to
ahead.
come up a good bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've got to remind everybody. I mean, we're all. We're all sitting on go. Hey,
Yeah,
let's get after it, and it's all
right.
right. Settle down. Not yet. Not yet. Let's still
So
welcome everybody. Be peacemakers.
yeah,
So
so breakfast at conference was a big helping of crow for a lot of people, huh?
that's right. Hey, yeah, but Elder Brown, man. So I was actually working on my driveway during the second session of conference. So I had my earbuds in and listening to it the whole time.
Yeah,
And I was working and I'm listening. And finally, I had to stop what I was doing
yeah,
and sit down on the back of my truck and pull it up and watch him because he was getting after it. It was
yeah,
kind of like what we were talking about the other night in our
yeah.
general conference hype session about
Right.
the presentation, and
Yeah,
he was hitting on all cylinders there
for
for
sure.
sure.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the text will read very well, also, but his
Yes.
delivery was palpable. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 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 I loved it, man. He talked about your testimony being a weapon
Uh,
against the adversary. He said, if you know, you know.
yep, I love
It
that
was,
one.
yeah,
If you
really
know,
good.
you know. And man, just the spirit. I think hit a lot of people with that phrase because, and like you said, your testimony, even if you struggle, even if you make mistakes, even if you've left or whatever, your testimony isn't gone. You've just kind of stepped away from it. You've kind of weakened it. You can go back up
Right.
and pick it back up, and
That's right.
because
That's right.
because you did know, and what greater witness do you have than from God that it's true? And man, that was deep. So, oh, for sure. Well, and young men and young women too. Right, right, for sure, and they need it. I mean, this world needs it. So,
And to be, I mean, his excitement level for
right,
the gospel and his personal testimony. I
right.
mean, it was contagious, really.
Yeah,
So,
and I think you'll see a lot of that. There's just so much growth in the church right now in different areas of the world, and I don't know. Sometimes you need things shaken up a little bit. You need a different perspective on the same gospel to kind of to break you out of your kind of your fixed,
your funk.
yeah, your funk, your kind of your sclerosis, where you can't see it a different way, than the way you were raised, or the same old pews and the same old church and the same old, and then you hear
Right.
it from someone else who had a much different pathway to get to the same place, and you go, oh wow, yeah, you know.
Yep.
So I
Well,
think
that's good,
I think
man. Very good. Well, hey, appreciate your thoughts. I just wanted to get a quick little 10-minute recap on conference and stuff. So, appreciate you jumping on.
yeah, it looks like somebody's messaging, or people have messaged something. We got a hi
Yeah.
from and hi, and I'm bored, and hello brothers. How about that?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I try to. I have still have a hard time figuring all this stuff out. I was trying to comment and stuff, saying hey and whatever, and what are your thoughts on the conference and everything. But I can't. It's this technology stuff. I'm still trying to get the hang of all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, oh, there we go. I said hi. How about that? There we go.
Hey, how'd you do that?
I don't know. Just a little button that said "Say hi," and I said okay. So I hit it, and it just says hi. It's very, very detailed, you know.
Very good, bro. At least you got that. So,
Right.
all right, man.
All
There
right.
you
Well,
go.
take it easy, brother. We'll see.
All right.
Maybe we'll do another recap tomorrow or something.
Yeah, sounds good. I like it.
All right, bud.
All
We'll
right,
catch you later.
everybody. Yep. Y'all have a go and y'all keep on striving.
Yes.